Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is a classical movie set in the mid-1900s. It was released in 1939. According to IMDb's movie review, Frank Capra directed this movie through Columbia Pictures Corporation with an estimated $1.5 million budget. According to AMC TV's review, the movie is approximately 129 minutes in length and has not been rated. This comedy drama was set in Washington, D.C. back in black and white. It follows the themes of underdogs and fighting the system, social justice, and political corruption. According to the Washington Post, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is considered a classical movie. It is based on the book by Lewis R. Foster, The Gentleman from Montana.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is a significant picture. It is significant because it emphasizes democracy in action. I consider it a real privilege and a real experience to have played even a minor part under the distinguished direction of Frank Capra.
By far the greatest picture of filmdom's top director, three-time winner of the coveted Academy Award, the most timely, the most vital, the most significant picture ever to come out of Hollywood. A homespun boy and a hard-boiled, worldly-wise girl in a picture carved out of the everyday lives of everyday Americans, with those inimitable Capra overtones of drama, laughter, and romance, plus the finest supporting cast ever assembled.
The governor of an unnamed western state, Hubert Happy Hopper, has to pick a replacement for Sam Foley, who recently died. His corrupt political boss, Jim Taylor, pressures him to choose his hand-picked stooge, while others want a reformer. The governor's kids want him to select Jefferson Smith, who is the head of the Boyer Rangers. So, it all ends up with Hopper flipping a coin. It lands on Edge and next to a newspaper story on one of Smith's accomplishments. He ends up choosing Smith. Smith is taken under the wing of Senator Joseph Payne, who is his late father's oldest and best friend, and he develops an immediate attraction to the senator's daughter, Susan. The unforgiving Washington press quickly labels Smith a bumpkin. Thus, being a senator, Payne, to keep Smith busy, suggests he propose a bill. Smith comes up with a legislation that would authorize a federal government loan to buy some land in his home state for a national boys' camp to be paid back by the youngsters across America. Donations pour in immediately. However, the campsite is already part of a dam building scheme included in the Public Works bill framed by the Taylor political machine and supported by Senator Payne. Through Payne, the machine accuses Smith of trying to profit from his bill by producing fraudulent evidence that Smith owns the land in question. Smith is too shocked by Payne's betrayal to defend himself and runs away. Smith's chief of staff, Clarissa Saunders, has come to believe in him and talks him into postponing the Works bill and prove his innocent on the Senate floor just before the vote to expel him. While Smith talks non-stop, his constituents try to rally around him, but his opposition is too powerful and all attempts are crushed. Due to the influence of the Taylor machine on his orders, newspapers and radio stations in Smith's home state refuse to report what Smith has to say, and even twist the facts against the senator. An effort by the Boy Rangers to spread the news and results in vicious attacks on the children by Taylor's people. Although all hope seems lost, the senators begin to pay attention to as Smith approaches utter exhaustion. Payne has one last card up his sleeve. He brings in bins of letters and telegrams from Smith's home state from the people demanding his expulsion. Nearly broken by the news, Smith finds a small ray of hope and a friendly smile from the President of the Senate. Smith vows to press on until people believe him, but immediately collapses in a faint. Overcome with guilt, Payne leaves the Senate chamber and attempts to commit suicide by shooting himself. When he is stopped, he bursts back into the Senate chamber, loudly confesses to the whole scheme, and affirms Smith's innocence.
We give this movie a rating of dark gray on a scale of black to white. We had a hard time enjoying a film in black and white. Even though it has a great intent throughout the movie, we believe it was a little drawn out and could be shortened.
It is the most unusual and spectacular thing in the Senate annals. One lone and simple American holding the greatest floor in the land. What he lacked in experience, he's made up in fight. But those tired boy ranger legs are buckling, bleary-eyed, voice gone. He can't go on much longer, and all official Washington is here to be in on the kill.
While we are on this politics pitch, we all agree with the fact that because it is a movie about politics, it comes off as boring, which is understandable with three views as we have on the subject. It is not at the forefront of our everyday life.
Anything might happen now.
Just get up off the ground. That's all I ask. Get up there with that lady that's up on top of this Capitol dome. That lady that stands for liberty. Take a look at this country through her eyes if you really want to see something. And you won't just see scenery. You'll see the whole parade of what man's carved out for himself after centuries of fighting. And fighting for something better than just jungle law. Fighting so he can stand on his own 2 feet, free and decent, like he was created. No matter what his race, color, or creed. That's what you see. There's no place out there for graft, or greed, or lies, or compromise with human liberties. And if that's what the grown-ups have done with this world that was given to them, then we better get those boys' camps started fast and see what the kids can do. And it's not too late. Because this country is bigger than the Taylors, or you, or me, or anything else. Great principles don't get lost once they come to light. They're right here. You just have to see them again.
Mr. President, will the Senator yield for a question?
Will Senator Smith yield to his colleague?
Yes, I'll yield for a question.
The Senator has said repeatedly that he is speaking to the people of his state. He has been waiting, as he so fancifully puts it, for them to come marching here in droves. Would the gentleman be interested in knowing what those people have to say?
Here it comes, dear.
Yes, sir, you bet I will.
Mr. President, have I permission to bring into this chamber evidence of the response from my state?
Is there objection? You may proceed, Senator.
Page boys.
Come on, boys, on your feet. All of you.
I can't stand it, I can't stand seeing her like this.
Public opinion made to order. Yeah, tailor-made.
There it is. There's the gentleman's answer. Telegrams. 50,000 of them, demanding that he yield this floor. I invite the Senate to read them. I invite my colleague to read them. The people's answer to Mr. Jefferson Smith.
All in all, our review for this movie is very low. Personally, we do not like the movie. This doesn't mean we do not understand the context and what the director is trying to put across. We agree with the main point of the movie, but we believe if it is about something besides politics and is also being in black and white, we would enjoy it a tad bit more.